Okay, ma'am. You can start, madam.
Good evening, everybody. It is a privilege to have with us Mr. Alwin Paul Alias. Alwin Paul Alias is a RCI registered clinical psychologist and PhD scholar in the Department of Clinical Psychology at NIMHANS. His doctoral research focuses on geriatric sexuality and intersectional geropsychology. He also serves as a project research scientist on an ICMR funded project examining the efficacy of transdiagnostic CBT for older adults, including its impact on metabolic outcomes and sleep. He holds an MPhil in clinical psychology from NIMHANS, where his thesis explored the minority stress model among lesbian and gay individuals. A UGC NET qualified academic, he has served as an assistant professor of psychology at Montfort College, Bangalore, while also practicing as a psychotherapist in association with Montfort Counseling Center. He has been a resource person for institutions such as IISc Bengaluru, NIMHANS, University of Kerala, and University of Calicut, contributing to discourses on diversity, sexuality, and geriatric mental health. He has presented his work at national and international conferences and has contributed articles and reflections to various online journals and magazines. We're very privileged to have Alvin sir among us, and thank you all for joining the VMS session today. Over to you, sir.
Hi, thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome, Alvin sir. I mean,
Thank you.
I will make a request at the beginning itself.
Yeah.
I mean, before the end of your presentation, you also speak something about your project, so that people who are all interested and who are eligible for joining as a volunteer for your project, they can. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's fine. That's fine. So, as I mentioned, I'm also a part of an ICMR research, which we focus on well-being of older adults. It's basically those who are experiencing depression, anxiety, or any mood concerns who are above 55. We are providing them psychotherapy, and psychotherapies are usually 8 to 12 sessions. Either they will get 8 to 12 sessions of intense psychotherapy, or they will also receiving some sessions focusing on their sleep and about understanding what they're going through, basically some psychoeducation. So in the end of the presentation, I have placed a poster. So those who are interested can contact any of us. Like I have given some numbers there. I'll share my number as well. So if you feel that any mental health concerns you have, you can reach out to us. We will screen and see what kind of therapy approach might benefit you and what can be provided. So we are very specializing on geriatric mental health right now, and we have online sessions as well. So we provide both hybrid, like offline, some offline sessions, and majority can be done in online also. So that part I'll explain more in detail also by the end of the session as well. So thank you so much for reminding this. So I'll slowly share my slide. Just let me know if, let me know if it is completely visible.
You are. I mean, you are. Your slides are not visible. Now it is fine.
It's visible, right?
In fact, it's a very good topic, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So today we'll be talking more about aging and emotional well-being. So I have given the title Beyond I Am Fine, Realities of Aging and Emotional Well-being. I'll just, before I start about a whole our talk and all, I did a small survey regarding this presentation a couple of days back. So I asked some people in Google form, I asked people about their genuineness while replying, I am fine to the questions, how are you? So many people might be asking when we see on the streets or like even I just felt that in the whole NIMHANS itself, when we say something, just ask, how are you? And the usual response will be, I'm fine. And then I was thinking since few days, how genuine it is. What are the factors that can influence the genuinity of it? So I got around 47 responses, in which majority were female. The remaining were male and as well as a transgender individual, and one said prefer not to say. So I got in total of 47 responses. So now I'll show you what are their responses on. So I asked them over the past 2 weeks, how genuine did you feel when you answered, I am fine to the question, how are you? Also, I mentioned that your genuineness behind answering this might depend on who is asking it. But my agenda of asking this question is to how you felt while you are answering, how are you? So I had given some options for them. Like one was not at all genuine, slightly genuine, moderately genuine, very genuine, and completely genuine. So interestingly, majority of them, like you can see that 38% of the response were that moderately they were genuine. And remaining 31% said that they were slightly genuine. And even 21% said that they were not at all genuine when they answered, I am fine to the question, how are you? So there might be a lot of factors underlying that, like what made them say that. But I was also very curious to know like how genuine the responses are. And only very few was there like very genuine or completely genuine. Very few. You can see in the pie chart that green and purple actually says very genuine or completely genuine. The remaining majority of it, like more than half of it, was like they were only moderate to slightly genuine. And a big chunk also said they were not at all genuine while answering, I'm fine. So that took a lot of insights for me that, okay, what might be the reason? So I'll ask you all first. What do you think when someone asks you, how are you? How genuine you are when answering it? And what might be the factors influencing it as well? So you can use the chat box also. Yeah, that is visible as well. So you can tell me, like, what do you think about it? Like, what might be the reasons that people just don't feel very genuine while answering the question, how are you? What do you all think from your own personal experiences? What do you think about it?
Well, let
You
me
can
first,
unmute and
yeah, let me first respond before others respond. Yeah, okay.
yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. See, my point is that it all depends upon who is asking.
Yeah, definitely.
See, therefore, if somebody very well known to us asks this question, then we will be very willing to come out. I mean, and say what exactly how do I feel. But if I am just a casual thing, somebody not very well known to us, or just a casual friend or casual person, then we always respond say I am fine. We don't
Yeah,
like to share our problems for the simple reason
yeah.
that we don't like to share our problems with people whom we do not know closely.
Right, right, right.
That is the only reason I think perhaps people are a little, I mean, I'm afraid of saying that I am not okay or I am not well. Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, I would request all others to respond. Whoever wish to, you can just unmute and respond. Yeah.
Sir, actually, I am Ganesh. I would like to respond. The
Please.
thing
Yeah,
is,
please.
so there are somebody, I mean, probably, I am feeling if you ask really how genuinely we are, I preferably say genuinely I am okay. Basically, because if I keep saying I am okay and okay, I'll become okay. So, sort of positive reflection on myself. So, I prefer to sell I am okay. So, this is my response. Otherwise, people may say they may have some problem here and there. That's why they are telling slightly okay or moderately okay or something like that. But more positive things comes out of your mind. What you say, what you think, it has an interaction. That's the feeling. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello,
Okay.
I am Jayalakshmi here.
Please, please.
Just that gentleman who spoke first, our Jambunathan. Like, I appreciate him because we will not be in a position to tell our real fact to everyone. As he said, according to the person who is asking us, if it is our son or our family member or close friends who are really worried about us, our importance, our presence, only to such people we will tell the truth. And frankly speaking, as a senior citizen, we people are having some health issues. When health issue is not okay, we will not be in a position to say, I am fine. Even though we say, but that is not the truth.
That's
and
not
we will
true.
not be in a position to tell everyone that I am not okay. That is the problem we people are facing it. If it is with a doctor or lawyer or real good friend, we will tell the truth. Otherwise, with everybody, we are not in a position to tell, no.
Right.
Because we don't want to spoil their mood also. We want to make them happy. Instead of our worries, we will make them also. What will be the problem with this lady? She was so happy and enjoying each and every moment. Such a positive lady. Otherwise, they will think like that. We don't want to spoil their mood also. That is the reason we are not.
Yeah.
And
Not saying.
Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, I should thank Jayalakshmi madam, because after a long time she has come.
No,
She was
tell you again, Sambat Kumar. No, sir, Jambunathan, because
Yeah.
of my health.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, some giddiness, some imbalance is there. I am not 100% okay. How I was some 6 months back, now I am not like that. Some difference is there. I can make out that is the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this response. So definitely this also matters. So while I asked a couple of people regarding like how genuine their response was, I have mentioned them also this fact that definitely genuinity will depend on who is asking. But how did you feel when they were asking? So I was also reflecting when majority said they were not genuine while answering. So I was thinking like whether their close to ones haven't asked them how they are feeling. So if their close ones ask, they will feel genuine to respond. But they said that they feel majority of the time not genuine. So I was thinking that, okay, whether they are not linked with their close ones or whether the ones who majority ask them are not that close to them. A lot of insights. So now I'll show you something which I
Just
asked.
1 minute, Pulsar. Gayatri
Yeah.
madam, would you like to respond? You have written something in the chat. Gayatri madam.
She mentioned that when the question is casual, we need to reply casually.
Yeah, that's it. Again, same what Jayalakshmi madam has said, or what I have also said.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
yes, sorry,
depends
sir.
on-
Right.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
sir. There
Yeah,
are some problem with the audio. Okay, sir.
No problem, Gayatri ma'am. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you, sir. Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you, because
So,
you are all people who can make very valuable contribution, ma'am. As already a person who is in this field, you can all make lots of good contribution. That is why
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we are doing counseling at Samadhana Center.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, sir.
That's as a professional, you can respond very well. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, kindly go ahead, also.
yeah. So, similar to what you all have responded, I also got certain responses. So, one is that I'm fine. It's easy to finish off the conversation. I may not be in a good mood to express my vulnerability towards them. So, as I mentioned, we don't feel like expressing our vulnerability. Someone said that I only share my well-being informations with my very close friends. Otherwise, I may not feel like doing it. Some others said that I don't think anyone will understand what I'm feeling. So it's better to say I'm fine and move on. So that's also the other thing. And another person said that, how are you? It's a very deep question. I may not always find proper reasons to share my feelings to others. So these are the other responses. It is similar to what you all have discussed. Like there are certain factors which will matter. One is like who is asking it. Second is that whether I'm in a comfortable state to express my vulnerability. So as ma'am was saying that when we are growing old, then definitely there will be physiological complications or feeling tiredness. Or as ma'am said, there's some dizziness is there for some past couple of months. So it's again, I will take a decision whether I should say that to them or not. Very interestingly, what the discussion that we had pointed out, when someone close to us asks this question of how are you, we feel more genuine to answer. So I'll discuss in the coming sessions about what are the other factors that can influence or help us to be more genuine and which can influence in our well-being. So before going to lot of this, I'll put it across some brief informations which majority of you already might know. This is of WHO, a famous article on mental health of older adults, which got published in 2023. So it's already a very famous article, and many would have read it. As we always say, by 2030, 1 in 6 people will be above 60 years of old. What I have highlighted is something which strikes me always, and I still go back and read about it. It says loneliness and social isolation are the key factors for mental health concerns in later life. So the factors that significantly influence your emotional well-being are also loneliness and social isolation. So when we are alone, when we feel that I'm alone, it's also a perceived feeling. We might be surrounded by 10 or 20 people, but we will still feel lonely, or still feel that there is no one there to listen to me, or still feel that I may not be that okay being around these people. So the people around us, that also matters. So I think ma'am also mentioned in between that, and sir also mentioned, who is asking the question of how are you will determine my genuineness in answering. And I would say your genuineness in expressing your vulnerability. That is also very important for emotional well-being, which is again linked to loneliness and social isolation as well. In the below line, Lassie study, everyone might know about this Lassie study, which is a longitudinal aging study conducting in India, which also says that in 2023, they figured it out 13.4% of older adults reported of frequent loneliness. So, loneliness is a risk factor for having a bad emotional well being. So, they also said that how loneliness and social isolation impact mental health of older adults. I'm just putting a rationale for having today's session that social well-being is also related to emotional well-being, and we'll explore how aging and emotional well-being intersects each other, and then how it reflects in the well-being part. So this is the rationale for today's session, why we are having this conversation about emotional well-being. Yeah, now we are moving towards the major agenda of the talk, which is intersections of aging and emotions. Definitely, I think a lot of sessions have been there, and I also took a last session a couple of months back about aging. And I have already mentioned about what happens in aging, what are the role transitions that happens while someone go through the process of aging, and also how people perceive the process of aging. There is this one interesting study by Ohio longitudinal study, which got published in, if I'm not wrong, 2021 or 23, which they mentioned that when they compared people who have positive attitude towards aging process, they found that those are the people who lived 7+ years more than the people who had negative attitude towards aging. So that was their longitudinal study finding. So that's the point when I also started thinking that, okay, someone's attitude towards aging, the emotions that they experience towards aging will determine their years of well-being or their longevity also. Definitely, there will be other factors also contributed to that. But this was one among the findings of the Ohio longitudinal aging study. So there also again got stuck. Okay, your attitudes and emotions are also interlinked. Your cognitions and your emotions are definitely interlinked. So that's a point of where I thought like there might be intersections. There might be the aging process getting interlinked with the expressions of emotions that someone is going through. Now, let's move to some more discussion part. I will show you two case vintages right now, two examples. We all will read it right now, and then we will have a small discussion after it. And then after that, we will move towards the strategies of emotional well-being. So here, I will read it out for everyone. They can listen. Mrs. K, 68-year-old, a retired accountant, staying with elder son in an urban city. Her younger daughter moved abroad 2 years ago and got settled there. She says I'm fine, but complains of disturbed sleep, skipping lunch on some days, and avoiding local temple, which she used to like. Now she says it's very crowded. Her son tells her to keep going to the temple, engage with other people, but she feels like avoiding all these occasions, and as well as she avoids forming new friendships or rekindling to the past ones. Spending more time in bed has become a habit for her. And she continues today, I am fine to whomever asks the question, how are you? So here there is something which is called congruence. I would like to talk about that after the discussion that we have. So I have mentioned one part. To whoever asks the question, how are you? She responds, I am fine. Even to the son, even to the daughter who is settled abroad, even to anyone. So, what are your thoughts about this particular situation that we are narrating here? What do you think? What might be causing her to respond, I am fine, to whomever asks the question, how are you? And the genuinity is also very less. though she says I am fine, she has mental health concerns going on. There are people that we see with similar experiences. So, according to you all, what do you think? What might be she going through? What might be her difficulty to be genuine even to her close ones?
He's feeling lonely. One
Yeah.
thing is that he's feeling extremely lonely, one, and
Mm.
probably he's slowly getting into some kind of depression. Probably. Probably she needs
Okay.
definitely a medical attention. This is
Okay.
the right time for her to get some medical attention. This is how I would submit up. Anyway, it is open to others, please.
Yeah.
May I, sir? May I
Age,
answer?
Yeah, please.
age
please.
is only a
Yeah.
age is only a number. If you mind, whenever, wherever you are, if you think, if you mind, you can show your capacity. Loneliness is not at all a problem. Frankly speaking, I am saying alone. But whatever said and done, we have to have, must have gratitude. If you see the plus point in staying lonely, what all the plus point if you think, then definitely you will feel happy. Definitely there is a, the plus point is there in loneliness and staying with other people also. We have to adjust a lot. That nature, if you don't have, it is better. No, when the children are abroad, we are forced to stay alone. Can't say according to the situation, we must live happily. That's all. Our idea must be, we must be happy and keep our surrounding happy. If that is not there, wherever we are, we will be going on telling some problem always. So it is with us how we take things.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so ma'am is pointing out to
Maybe.
perceptions, how you
Yeah.
perceive things.
Sir,
Yes,
Sir,
I think.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
What is
Maybe
please.
she is thinking that nobody can help her.
Yeah, might be a feeling of helplessness, isn't it? And also a hopelessness that, okay, I am not, there is no hope in my case. Like, what is the point in me telling what I'm experiencing right now? What will other people can do?
Yeah, yeah.
Helplessness also. I may not be able to help myself,
Yes.
or the people around me may not. And in such occasions, there might be one more element which might come in the picture, which is called as worthlessness. So there will be occasions where they feel that I'm not worthy enough. I may not be worthy enough so that other people can help me out, or so that I can express my feelings, I can express how I'm feeling towards other people, and then continue in my life. So the feeling of helplessness, hopelessness, and worthlessness, these all are like evident in this one particular case. Also, sir, yeah, please.
Maybe one more thing, sir. She is not having any purpose in life.
Yeah, lack of
There's
purpose.
no point in living again like that.
Right.
Hello,
right.
sir.
Yeah, hi.
One
hi.
second, Ramnath, 1 second. Gayatri ma'am, you can continue.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You have
Yeah.
finished whatever you wanted to say.
Yes, sir. Finished.
So Ramnath, go ahead.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Loneliness, you mean only a single person or two people, husband and wife, or only a lone person?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Loneliness. You are asking about loneliness?
Loneliness only by single person or two persons. Wife is a companion. No, that is not lonely.
Okay. Okay. So sometimes loneliness is also how someone feel about it. Even if I am with 10 people, I might still feel lonely.
Pardon?
Even if I am with 10
I'm
people,
not
I
clearly
might still
hearing.
feel lonely. Isn't it?
Okay.
Hello?
That is, you see, even if there are 10 people, some people feel lonely. So that number of people doesn't count. So Ramnath, I will come back to you. I think your audio is quite low. This thing is low. I will come back to you. I will explain to you later. Kindly go ahead.
Thank you.
Every people are living individually, even joint family. Every people are living lonely without talking with each
Audio
other.
is not clear.
It's also the perception, isn't it? Like as ma'am just mentioned, people perceive loneliness. People may not feel, even if in Malayalam there is a thing like "Alkoottathil thane," like lonely in the crowd. Even if you are in the crowd, you can still feel lonely. So also how the perception happens, isn't it? So yeah, thank you for the whole conversation that we have. let's also think about here certain other, I'll summarize this case and with certain other important things. See, first of all, this person was right now living in an urban city, the elder son. So when the disturbances in the sleep and related things started, slowly their mood might have also have gone down. Here, one factor is that lack of friendship also. Like they say, I have mentioned it here. Like she tends to avoid forming new friendships because she doesn't feel like doing it. And definitely, like medical attention has to be given when such situations occur that they're spending a lot of time in food, in bed, sleep is disturbed, food intake is less. Definitely, these things have to be given. Maybe the helplessness, hopelessness, and worthlessness might be the major three factors that would have contributed to the feeling that okay, what is the point in me telling my how I am feeling? What is the point in me being genuine to my response of I am fine? That might be the thing. Next case, I am putting across a queer person who is an older adult, someone who is queer and who is also an older adult, experiencing certain kind of phenomena. So you can, I'll just read it out for everyone. Mr. S, 62-year-old man identifying as gay, retired central government employee, lives alone in a rented apartment near the city. He avoids senior groups because of past insults and say, I am fine. And it mentions that he misses friendships and fears being forced into a home that will not respect his identity. He also finds it difficult to join active queer groups in town because the majority of them are youngsters and he is unable to find older queer adults. He still continues to say, I am fine to all the text messages and calls he receives from his ex colleagues. And he also says that the genuinity towards that is also less. Though he is feeling lonely, though he is feeling not accepted in the situation around, he still continued to say, I am fine to all the messages and calls that he received from his ex colleagues and kind of avoid in depth conversations as well. So in such occasions, in this case, this is also oriented to socio-political scenario as well. I would like to hear from you all. What do you think about this particular case? What might be the reason of this person's lack of genuinity towards their own emotions? What might be it?
Again, fearful. He is,
Yeah.
he is fearful that people might, if he really tells what is the truth, then people might force him into, you have given the answer. People might force
Yeah.
him into a house that which he does not like. See, probably
Right.
he
Right.
wants to avoid that situation. That is why he says
Mm.
that I am. See, it's always better to say I am fine and just walk away, rather than
Mm.
see. In fact, he is very non-genuine to every one of every one of them. That is not very good at all.
Mm.
In fact, he is
Mm.
not good to himself also. That is, I will say that. Again, he is also a
Mm.
case where I think he needs also some kind of intervention, medical intervention.
Okay, like to help him to realize and get accepted in the current social situation, and also help him to engage with more of a social well-being. So in these two cases, you can see those two people we find them finding difficult to be genuine towards their own emotions.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah. Any other responses?
Yeah, I am Bhuvneshwari. I would like to give little insight.
Yeah. Go ahead.
As,
Go ahead, Pranashan.
as Jammunathan sir said, little bit of intervention is required to this person because he is already, into depression due to some insult in his earlier life. So he doesn't actually, already he faced some problems. So now again he doesn't want to again make it a same problem to, if he says, then again he will be getting insulted. That fear is there. So what
Isn't
we
it?
can do is mm, as a volunteer or somebody, we can go and talk to him. What was the insult he had already faced? Due to that, he has got the fear. So we can take out that by talking to him, and we can make his feel easier. That these things are all nothing in front of other things. So why don't you become easier and very cool and calm, and so that you, at the moment, the main thing is your welfare is very much required. So if you keep on thinking all this, then definitely you won't feel good. We need to need to console him in such a way
Mm.
that he
Mm.
will become little normal. I think
Yeah.
I feel that.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you for answering that. Yeah. Mhm.
Any other
So,
response?
mm.
Any other? Jayalakshmi madam, if you want to respond, you'll have to unmute. Please unmute. Jayalakshmi madam, you are muted.
I'm unmuted now.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
First thing, I feel sorry that I am staying away from this gentleman.
Mm.
Otherwise, I would have made him all right.
Mm.
That must be there with the people who are there next to him or the apartment people. Everybody must have that courtesy. Everybody will not express their feelings. We have to go and talk to such people only. Having a good friend and enjoying is not at all this one. Service is a must. With such people, we must talk and bring them out of their pain. That's the thing I am praying God to give good knowledge or help nature to everyone. That must be there. First
Thank
one,
you for
I am
saying
feeling
that.
sorry that I am staying away from him. I don't know where he lives. I am also
Thank
a
you for
retired
saying that.
employee. Huh?
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. So,
A retired employee. Yeah. I go and talk to people who are not well, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for the responses.
Thank you.
Yeah, so in the two case indices, we discussed that what might be the reasons for people to be not genuine to their emotions. So we discussed a lot about their the hope that they have, the helplessness feeling, the worthlessness feeling, and also in this case, we also discussed about the feeling of fear of insult and lack of other people interacting with them, isn't it? So we understand there might be a lot of underlying factors that prevent a person, an older adult especially, from being a little more genuine to their own emotions. So I was thinking, since we decided on this topic, what might be the reasons, apart from this, some conditioning, because we know that we all are in this one particular society that have made us to go through a lot of conditioning for our experiences. So as a psychologist, I was also thinking, what might be the conditioning that we have gone through that made us feel less genuine to our emotions? So I found something quite interesting, and some are my reflections also. Like while growing up, there are some statements that I have listened from other people regarding certain emotions. So here, the okay emotions. So I remember, like while I was also teaching in Montfort College, when we train counseling students, we also say that what are the emotions that you feel that are okay or good. So we always kind of deviate from the fact that emotions are just emotions. And depending on the context, we feel them as pleasant or unpleasant. But we have been always said that there are positive emotions, there are negative emotions, and we kind of feel aversive towards the negative emotions, which prevents us from even experiencing negative emotions, isn't it? So one of the lines that while growing up, what I've heard is that, like, Aye, why are you crying? Like a lot of shame has been thrown to an individual who is crying. And we know that we have tear glands and we cry because we feel pain. And when someone says to me that, why are you crying? Remove your tears. It's so shameful that you're crying. It just gives a lot of shame for me for experiencing pain, a lot of shame for me to be genuine to my emotions. And especially crying is also an emotion, isn't it? Sadness is also an same emotion as joy. So we are talking about emotional well-being, not at all, not just focusing on the so-called positive emotions of happiness. Honestly, no one can be always happy in this in the world, isn't it? Like we all experience different kind of emotions. We have tear glands so that we do cry. Isn't it? It's not that it's just not for a fancy thing. It's there because when we feel sad, we cry. There is nothing to be ashamed of it. So I in the couple of slides before, I also mentioned when someone said, um, I don't think it might be okay to be vulnerable. So even if with the close people also, people sometimes tell that they find so difficult to be vulnerable because a lot of shame has been associated with the unpleasant emotions like crying, sadness, pain, etc. So There is this one line I remember when someone said, so when someone is crying, when someone is sad, they find that person as very weak to an extent that they don't deserve even happiness. So that's very painful experiences also. So some of the other things which I have encountered is that, "Aye, why are you crying?" I remember someone telling to me in my childhood, "Don't cry like a girl." So also then they said that it's the female are the one who are crying, kind of gendering the experience of crying as well. And also the always saying that don't be sad ever. But we know that we sometimes we say don't be sad with our kindness and everything. But imagine someone listening throughout, don't be sad, don't be sad. And I feel also a little incongruent to my emotions and saying that, like, okay, is being sad a bad thing? Or is being sad something that is very wrong of me? Because we remember this one line of our life that whatever we plan, it may not go in the way that we planned. And I always say to my clients, life actually brings situations or events for which we are not even prepared to deal with, isn't it? Sometimes life just throws us to situations, and that situation will be like quite new for us. We may not know how to deal with that situation. We may not know how to handle the emotions that we get. In such occasions, we may feel sad. In such occasion, we may worry. In such occasion, we may cry. There is nothing wrong in crying. There is nothing abnormal in experiencing such emotions. But when the society condition us a lot, like I remember this one myth in Kerala also growing up, like too much laughing can make you cry later. So don't laugh so much also. So then we feel guilty for laughing also. We feel guilty for crying later because they say that, okay, I laughed before. So a lot of conditioning on this emotion happens while growing up. And what I was reflecting was on this, like carrying this conditioning to the older adulthood, how we feel. Definitely, we might feel shame for having negative emotions or unpleasant emotions. We might feel guilty for having unpleasant emotions. And that will result in not talking about this to other people. So if I feel shame for being sad, I will not talk to someone next to me or my close friend or anyone. I feel so shameful that, oh, so shameful that I'm sad. It's so shameful that I'm crying right now. Um, Even I also remember, like we have been also discussing once with someone that people tend to close the doors and like cry, but we don't close the door and laugh. We were thinking, what might be that conditioning? Like why I feel so much of shame, or why I feel I require a lot of privacy when I cry, or why do I say sorry to someone when I just cry in front of them? So we have experience when someone cry in front of her, they say, I'm so sorry that I'm crying in front of you. So we were thinking, we don't say, I'm so sorry that I'm laughing in front of you. So what is that social conditioning or the cultural conditioning going on about experiencing unpleasant emotions? In many cases, that is the barrier. That is the major barrier that prevent us from experiencing or sharing our vulnerability to other people. So this is what I have to just express you that there will be a lot of conditioning or shame associated with unpleasant emotions going on that prevents us from being vulnerable or expressing our genuineness to other people. Um, there are some more ideas I want to talk about is emotional well-being an absolute yes or no? So sometimes we have seen that I am okay means I'm completely okay, or otherwise I may not be okay at all. So we understand that emotional well-being is not an yes or no. It's not that me asking someone, are you emotionally okay? Yes, no, it doesn't work that way. It's also like a spectrum. Like some days, today, this moment, I might feel little okay, but doesn't mean that after some time my well-being might be that great also. So which is basically maybe oscillate between this what to say, being not okay, being okay, emotionally all right, emotionally not all right. So we oscillate between our emotions, and that's okay. That's how we are because we are just human beings. We are not super humans, or we are not something which is out of the nature. We are just from this nature where things oscillate. So that's how we express emotions. That's how we feel emotions as well. And that's all right. And it's a process. So that's the one main point I want to put it across. Emotional well-being is a process. It's not yes or no. It's a process of it experiencing, correcting our conditioning behaviors, and then going ahead with it. I would like to add this word before emotional well-being. Nowadays, a lot of researchers have already done and also going on socio-emotional well-being. The point of socio-emotional says that my social well-being, the people I'm around with, the people I interact with, the people I talk with, the people I live with, the people I chat, the people's reels that I see, these are all important, like in social medias, I would say. These all are aspects of our emotional, social well-being as well, which is again interlinked to our emotional well-being. I think many of us might have experienced this one phenomenon, feeling like a feather. Like there are a lot of occasions might be in our life that when we talk to someone, we might feel that, oh, it's like someone have taken away the rock from my heart. I feel so light right now. So remember, some of the while ending some of counseling sessions, clients have reported that they feel so light, so like feeling like a feather because they have been carrying a lot of shame, lot of pain, lot of emotions which they couldn't express to anyone. And when we express these emotions, they after a crying, and when they cry a lot without the feeling of being judged, people have mentioned we feel like a feather. It feels so light. Feel so light. So this is one particular thing. So before moving to the strategies of emotional well-being, any thoughts on what we have discussed so far, especially feeling like a feather phenomenon? Do anyone have any things to say about the feeling of feeling like a feather phenomenon? Any kind of experiences that you have?
Mr. Paul, first thing I would like to say is that we have been feeling like a feather in your session so far, in the sense
Okay.
that your session was almost addressing many of the concerns of the seniors, especially today.
Mm.
But one
Okay.
more point I would like to add is that, see, in fact,
Yes.
neither a person is neither 100% not okay or 100% okay. By
Mm.
and large, I am okay. See what happens, when somebody says, "How are you?" I say, "I'm fine." What
Mm.
I'm saying is that I'm by and all fine. I'm not saying I'm 100% fine, but I am not
Mm.
also. This is the reality because I am able to
Mm.
walk. I am able to speak to you. You are coming to me. You are approaching me. You are asking me, "How are you?" So all these things you are recognizing me. These things are
Yeah.
things. Therefore, what ultimately happens is that yes, there is a small problem. There is a small health issue. Only that is the
Mm.
only concern. Recent concern is only that. But that is only
Yeah.
10% of my concern. 90%
Mm.
of my
Right.
concern is I am very good. See,
Mm.
probably this is one of the attitude being expressed by people by saying I am okay. See,
Mm.
I think this aspect also needs to be considered. Is my
Yes, yes.
humble submission.
Mm.
Thank you. In
Mm.
fact, it's
Yes,
open
yes.
for I'm opening it for others. Anybody can
Mm.
respond by unmuting.
Crying or feeling sorry or laughing, it is our nature. According to the
Mm.
situation, we will behave. There is nothing wrong. Only one
Mm.
thing I don't like with these people are they will think about the past and they will cry, which
Mm.
cannot be repaired. Olden days can be
Mm.
repaired. The what has happened some 10 years back, 15 years back, they will think something and they
Mm.
will cry. That is only thing I don't like. Even
Mm.
future is not in our hand, past is also not in our hand. Only this
Mm.
moment we are having. How we can live happily, we must think ourselves. If that is
Mm.
not there, at least the situation, people who are around us, they must make us. That is the public duty, actually, I think. It's
Mm.
our
Mm.
duty to make them, bring them out of that place. Some people are there, I have seen, always
Mm.
talking what happened when he was 10 years, how his mother was angry with him. What is the fun in talking all those things now?
Mm. Mm.
So that I don't
Mm.
like. Otherwise, crying,
Mm.
laughing, everything is okay. There is no age limit, nothing is there, like according to me.
Mm. Yeah. Mm.
In fact,
Thank you.
Gayatri has given one beautiful response. She
Yeah.
says, I am fine as long as my emotions are not affecting my routine.
Mm. 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 Mm.
So, see, this is also one way of looking at me,
Yeah.
transactional way of looking at things. I am fine.
Mm.
As far as my routine is not affected, I am fine.
Mm. Yeah. When we are
See,
functional.
Yeah, functional or transactional. Yeah, I'm able to carry on with my transactions. I'm able to carry on with my functions. So long as I'm able to attend to all these things, I'm fine. But there will be some minor things here and there, but let me not bother about that. So then see, somebody is also saying that, Katyayani is saying that it is difficult to forget the past. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, many occasions what happens, it is not easy to forget the past. But probably we may have to make a concentrated attempt to forget the past, especially the past bad events. Supposing you can recall the good events of the past, then it is always good. But very important thing is that we need to forget the past, at least with regard to the bad events. That will be my response. Yes, Kawsa, you go ahead, sir.
Yes, sure. Thank you for the conversations and the discussion. So I'll move to some basic strategies to improve emotional well-being. Many of the things that I'm going to discuss, we already might know. Just take this as a reflections or a reminder for certain things. Important thing. Avoidance is not going to help. So when I say avoidance, is basically related to the experiential avoidance. Sometimes we might have feeling that if I express my feelings towards my close one, will they find me vulnerable or will they find me weak? And what will happen after that? So a lot of ruminations or this thought loop, when we get in that, we tend to avoid a lot of situations. And we just try to keep ourselves within our own small cocoon. And what happens is that I might suffer there without knowing. A silent suffering might go on. And I just end up in that pain without talking to anyone. I just kind of use this metaphor of being inside a cocoon without trying to come out. So I say this all the time, like avoidance is not going to help. Sometimes we must have to reach out to people. Sometimes it's okay to be vulnerable in front of someone. That avoidance may not help in our emotional well-being. Another one is social connections, which is always, I really like this concept in India where we all have this tea talks, or when we are having tea, it's not a silent moment of having tea. Many other cases, if you are with friends or with family, or even in the tea shop, but I have seen. I remember in my eighth standard, there was one English essay on tea shops in Kerala cinema industry. So I remember while reading that we went through all the cinemas and then discuss on that, and we realized in all the tea shops, people tend to talk to each other. People tend to ask, "How are you doing?" People tend to inquire a little bit about their life situations, and if someone is in trouble, they tend to kind of support them in the way they can. So tea shops have done a significant role in development of villages, etc. So there, I found this interesting of the tea talks. I call it as a tea talk. Like they come together, they have this conversation, they talk about each other's, and we have seen after this tea talk, there will be two people as a pair. Someone might be walking away, and those people usually might be having a personal conversation. Those are the two people who share their emotions. They share their how, but they might go through something and they want to share with someone, and holding hands over the other person and then walking away. So this is something quite a scene that I have seen in my hometown, where people after the tea talk, when they disperse, I've seen two people going there, and then could see one other person consoling the other person. So kind of tea talks do help actually. Engaging with senior clubs is something which I found and heard from other people that help them to maintain their emotional well-being through social connections. And I remember someone said to me that they used to go for the walking groups. So in Kaban and Lalbagh, there are several walking groups in the morning. So someone told me that when they go for this walking group, they find it more connected with people of the same cohort, and they could tend and share their difficulties. And some might say, "Oh, I had the same difficulty and I tried this. It helped me a little bit, but not sure it will help you, but you can give it." So kind of having that conversations about their difficulties in life and how to move ahead as a cohort itself. So that happens when there's some kind of any groups that they join. Also, local libraries. I have, from my personal experience in my hometown, have seen people engage a lot of conversations in local libraries. So, one of the features of local libraries is that they will have all the newspapers in English and whatever local language. And we have seen people sitting and discussing about these issues and everything in the evening time or in the morning time. Municipal community centers are also other centers which I've found quite Interesting. And now let's again the question happens: what happens to people whose locomotion is restricted also because of the physical illness or something? There comes the concept of online education, or I would say the technology education, basically. Like if someone have a smartphone and they know how to use certain things, online engagement in meaningful interactions also helps. So this is an online conversation, very basic thing. So if anyone sitting in any part in the world, like with the Zoom link, they can access and listen to this conversation. This is an indication that online engagement can also help in social connections. At the same time, I would also say that in a moderate level, because we tend that when loneliness hit us so difficult, we tend to engage completely in online space because online space is quite non-judgmental. So that's another phenomena that we were discussing on why someone get addicted to technology. So we were talking that everyone around them judge them left and right. Everyone around them criticize them a lot. There is no one there to listen to them around. And when these feelings are so much, they find the technology space where they can take any identity they want. In social media, you can create any identity that you want. You can express yourself as the most happiest person or most sad person in any way you want, because that's a space that you create, whether you have a control over, and you can make it as a non-judgmental space according to you. But we know the cyberbullying and etc. exists, but still they feel that as a space where they can be as who they want, or how they want to create themselves. So anything in moderation is good. Another is about self-centered love. Self-centered love is not selfishness. I want to make it very clear. So it's like being kind to yourself, revisiting your old hobbies, slow and smooth art, or slow and smooth any kind of hobbies. Restarting is also very important. Self-compassion, I always talk about this one phenomenon, and I love to listen to people when they talk about self-compassion, being kind to ourselves. So what happens is that most occasions we'll talk a lot about how to be kind to other people, and the question comes, am I kind to myself? Am I being compassionate towards myself? Am I being little gentle to myself? So I remember someone saying that one day they couldn't go for a walk that day because they were not well, but they had this lot of criticism and guilt inside them. Oh, you should have gone for that walk. You should have done that. Why did you? You're always lazy like this. A lot of blaming happened. We were also having this conversation that will you say this to someone like you or some of your neighbors who couldn't go for a walk that day? They said, no, 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 I won't say this to anyone else. I will only tell to myself that you are a lazy person. You should have done better. You should have done much more better way. You shouldn't have missed certain events. So that's also the like treat yourself with kindness. Being gentle with ourselves is also very important for emotional well-being. That also comes from emotional genuinity also. When I'm kind with myself, I'll also be genuine to myself and my emotions as well. Again, adequate sleep, exercise, etc., are also very important factors. In some people suffer from sleep issues or mood issues and everything. And when it crosses beyond the limit that they can't handle by themselves, we encourage them to seek medical support or professional support. So that's also one of the things that I want to communicate to everyone here. As Sir was also mentioning in the initial part, we also run a research here, therapy for older adults, anyone above 55 who are experiencing stress, anxiety, depression, or any sleep difficulties that interferes with their life or the functioning, as we were talking, they can reach out to us. So we provide CBT, which is called cognitive behavior therapy, which can reduce the anxiety, manage stress, depression, and also improve sleep and health also. So if anyone agrees to participate with us, we will be contacting. There are two clinical psychologists. One is me, and one more person is there. We are clinical psychologists, PhD scholars, and research scientists as well. So we two are available. We are there for languages like English, Malayalam, Hindi, Telugu, Kannada. 5 languages we manage. So our team manages, not oneself. So then we'll be able to deliver therapy to you. So when someone approaches us, we'll screen them first. And so there is a possibility that someone might fall into two group. One is like very intensive sessions, and the other one is like sleep and helping them to figure out what they're going through, what is happening, and etc. But we make sure that whomever approaches us and whomever goes through this therapy will be taken care of by the clinical psychologist. The primary investigator of this is Dr. Paulini, who is the head of this unit, behavioral medicine unit in NIMHANS. She's a professor in clinical psychology. So she is the one who is managing the whole process of recruitment. I mean, the research per se, funded by Indian Council of Medical Research. If someone wants to come and they can't afford the traveling, and we value the time definitely. So we have financial aid also going in the background from ICMR as well. Sessions can be hybrid, like some sessions are offline, majority can be done online as well. So you can just be at home and attend the session in WhatsApp. You might have to come to NIMHANS for blood tests and BP. So basic checking from our side once or twice throughout the process as well. So here you can see a number. You can contact in any of the numbers. I'll share my number in the next slide also. This is about the therapy research part going on. Another one is my PhD. I also want to put one small word about that. I am working in the couple dynamics or relationship or partner well-being of older adults who are above 60. So if you know someone who is above 60 and they live with their partner, I would like to talk to them and understand how they are engaging in their couple life in late 60s. So I also want to know how their relationship well-being is being taken care of. What are the factors that are helping them to have their life, and what are the difficulties also that they have in their older adulthood? How are they managing, or if not managing, what are the barriers that they face? So this will help us to have a proper understanding about the married life of older adults, and which will enable us to have interventions. If we are making any interventions for older couples, this data that I get from here, when it completes as a PhD thesis, will be made use of. Another benefits of participating in my study is that I will be doing a brief cognitive function screening, as well as a brief mental health screening will be done by myself. Also, I will also give a small understanding about social well-being. What are the strategies that you can to improve your psychological well-being or mental health will be taken care of by myself. Also, we'll be having a discussions on aging, health, and intimate relationship satisfaction as well. So this is about my study, and you can see my phone number and email. In the next slide, it will be very clear. And thank you everyone for the talk, listening to me, and interacting with your beautiful conversation. This is my email ID and my phone number. So if any of you would like to have a conversation with me regarding this, or participate in the research or in my PhD topic, please feel free to reach out to this. I'm available in WhatsApp almost all the time in that last number. Email also I'm available. Call, because of the internet network issue, I may not be there. Reach out to the number, but please feel free to text me in WhatsApp or in email. I'll be there to help you out. Thank you so much for listening to me. It was also a very meaningful discussion that we could have about emotional well-being, emotional genuineness, and also listening from older adults. Like I would say, people who have lived ahead of us. It's also very meaningful, and we could come up with a lot of insights. And I really like the point when someone also meant, I wish I could hug that person. That's some of the takeaway that I have. Like when someone is in trouble, we are there to help them out, and that attitude is really great. Also, one of the other thing about self-compassion, to be more kind. And I would reframe that, I wish if we could all hug ourselves. That's also very important. Like I remember in my school, someone taught me, give a self pat like this. When you did something, teacher said to appreciate yourself. That's the moment when we realize, oh, I can appreciate myself. And someone said that, "Yeah, it's okay to hug yourself." That was a new concept for me while growing up. When the teacher told me, you can hug yourself. Because I said, some days will be so difficult and I feel like hugging anyone. I don't have anyone around. And I remember someone told me, cross your hands and hug yourself. It's a beautiful feeling. Like you are valuable. You're worthy of a hug. So that's one of the other thing that I want to tell you all. Like, it's okay to hug yourself, and you need to hug yourself and feel good about yourself. And that's a process also. We'll reach that one day. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vayomanasa, for this opportunity. And please attend Vayomanasa sessions. These all are really good. So thank you so much. Thank you. I'll wind up this session.
Also, just only one information you need to provide. This about your study. Is there any age limit? I mean, you have stated that 60 years plus, but if you know that, I mean, some 60 years to 65 or 65 to 70, or is there any upper age?
Yeah, thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, for the PhD part, we have an upper limit of 75, but for the therapy, we don't have any age limit. We start from 55 and it goes on. So therapy, Yeah, therapy, though we don't have any age limit, but for my PhD, I have put an age limit of 75. 60 to 75 is the cohort I'm studying. So that's my age limit for my PhD. But
I
for
think
therapy research,
I was talking to various people. I think
yeah,
you have to talk to your mentor and say that slightly increase the age limit to say 80.
yes, yes,
Give the
80, yeah,
consideration. See, today's
yeah,
condition of, many people are able to live for a long time. So
right,
that
right, right,
this will be the study that you are talking will be very
yeah,
useful, especially in the situation of say people who are about 75 and they're less
yeah,
than 80. That bracket is a very good bracket for your study. That is how
yeah,
I
sure.
felt personally.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you
you
so
for
much.
that. Kindly to speak to our mentor on that.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
ഞാനും ഒരു
Thank you.
മലയാളിയാണ്.
Oh, hi, thank you.
And അച്ഛൻ from Thrissur, mother
Thank
from
you,
Malappuram.
Oh,
So,
yes, yes.
she
Yeah.
can talk.
When it was 1 year, I came to Bangalore. So really I enjoyed your talk. My battery charge is going down. Any moment I was praying God, till he finishes, don't stop. It is giving me some life. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Have a
Thank
great
you, thank
future,
you.
sir. Have a great
Thank you
future.
so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you.
So
Okay.
she might also wish you in Malayalam. She would
Yeah.
also
മലയാളം നന്നായിട്ടൊന്നും വരുന്നില്ല. I can manage.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you
When
so
it was
much.
1 year, I came here.
Oh,
76
okay.
years back. Once in a way, I go there. But no,
Okay.
yeah, nobody is there to talk with me in Malayalam. But I like to learn.
Sure,
Thank you,
sure.
sir. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
God bless you.
Have a
Yes,
great
madam.
Thank you so much.
One second.
Excuse me, doctor, this is Vanita.
Yeah,
Can you
please,
please share that video of self-hugging, that video?
Yeah,
Oh,
That is
okay.
very
One second,
essential to
Vanita.
share.
Vanita,
To
can you
hug
just
self,
can you
that
come
video.
again? Can you come again?
The video which was shown by doctor hugging self,
Ah,
self-hugging.
Yeah,
Please
it's
share
visible
that
right
video
now.
if possible.
no,
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
don't bother. It will be shared in our website.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. It will, all the information will, this talk will, etc. will be uploaded in our Vayomanasa Sanjeevani VMS. We have got a YouTube channel. In that
Okay,
YouTube channel, it will be all uploaded. You can always take it from there, or you can send a mail to Mr. Paul. He is the
yeah,
kind
sure.
person. He can definitely share it with you on mail.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
also fine. Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Shall we wind?
Any other person would like to say anything? Otherwise, I can request, the VMS people to offer a vote of thanks. It was an excellent lecture. Very often, we don't get this kind of very participative lectures. So that's good.
Jambunathan, I have a question.
Yeah, please, sir. Please. Nagarajan, sir. Yeah.
Doctor, my name is Nagaraj Rao. I'm 88 years young, not old.
Yes.
I always say, if somebody says, how are you? I say, excellent. The reason is, not only I'm motivating myself, but I'm trying to motivate others also.
Yeah.
People may feel jealous looking at me, but it doesn't matter. I don't mind. The question is, from me is there any relationship between the organ of the human and the emotion? Because
Yeah.
as I know that the emotions are the biological based psychological status. So can you kindly enlighten something about this?
Yeah, definitely. So a simple example is that when someone is really anxious, we can experience a lot of stomach upset. Like a lot of gas will be forming there. So which is also a small indication how our emotions are related to a gut function. And emotions are very basically chemicals and impulses, electrical chemicals and impulses in the brain. And it will also be impacted to the hormones and everything. So I would say emotions are biological as well. So one example is, the gut upset that people feel when they're very anxious. And people have mentioned when they are much peaceful, much relaxed, they feel that their muscles are very calm. Like they feel it's less tightness in the muscles. So it's also an indication how the emotions also affect our body function. Another simple example I would like to say is that imagine a dog is coming to bar. This dog is barking at us. You can see that the sudden rise in your heartbeat, your breathing rate, and because we are threatened, we are fearful. That is, fear is also an emotion. And when we are fearful, you can see all these body reactions come. You may sweat a lot, where we can see our heartbeat picking up.
I'm in a meeting, I'll call you.
Yeah, so these are the one few examples how the emotions get affected by our body. It's all physiological. So we have a long study on physiological reactions to emotions as well.
I went
I
through
think
some of the
it's clear.
charts of NIMHANS, some
Mhm.
documentation, where they
Yeah.
say many of the organs of the human are connected with the emotions, like liver
Yeah,
with
true.
anger. You said one of them, the gut, depression be a part of it. You know, when you feel disgusted or something like that, the digestion goes bad. Secondly,
Right.
something like that on the liver is connected with anger. Heart connected with hatred and jealousy, and be joyful. Can you give some relationship like this with the organs of the human and the emotions?
Yeah, I would like to put it my understanding in this way. It's not one emotion is not specifically related to any of the organs in the body. When we experience a particular kind of an emotion, there are some physiological changes or chemical reactions happening in the body related to that, the hormonal changes and neurotransmitter release and etc. We might experience certain phenomena in the organs, I would say, or in the body itself. I won't very specific to organs, but in the body itself. So that's my understanding so far, and I don't. So far, my knowledge also is limited to that, and I'm not very specifically aware about specific emotions getting associated with specific organs in the body. What we have studied here is that one emotion happens. There are a lot of chemical physiological reactions that goes along with that particular emotions. That is my understanding.
One of the documents I went through clearly says that there's the relationship directly. Of course, if you try to concentrate on the heart and then do deep breathing, your hatred, jealousy comes down. So like that, I have gone through some of the documents, including NIMHANS, saying that some of the organs are directly related to the emotions.
In some therapy approaches, also we ask clients, where do you experience anger in your body, or where do you experience this pain in your body? So majority of them says about the heart, the chest area. Why? Because emotions, when we experience certain emotions, there are also changes in the blood flows. Like a lot of other factors also get influenced there. So that's one of the reasons we may tend to experience certain physiological reactions. Sometimes it's warmth, sometimes it's coldness, etc., related to the emotions that we experience. So it's all physiological, everything is interrelated. That's my understanding. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you. Madam, can you just propose a vote of thanks for him? Stacy, madam?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Kindly remove this slide, Paul.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Kindly go ahead, madam.
Thank you, Alvin, sir, for this enriching experience. Your webinar was enlightening. It was very interactive. Usually we have interactions towards the end of the session, but from the beginning, you've been incorporating the viewpoints of all the audience. That was very good because it kind of, enabled meaningful conversations to happen, to bring in different perspectives. So thank you, sir. And we would love to have you again on our
Sure.
platform.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
See you all soon. Yeah.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
All
Thank you.
youngsters.
Thank you.
This is the best gift that we can all think of. Is that
Yeah.
we can wish you all the best for you, your family, for your career, everything. So that
Yeah.
you become, even that I tell you, there is a kind of feeling that you would continue to help humanity. That is
Yeah.
very important. That is the most
True.
important thing. God has sent us only for that purpose. We will try to help humanity. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.